Welcome back to Baggies Walk. This week we're talking about how can you improve this dead atmosphere at the Hawthorns. Plus we're reviewing the Oxford game and in particular looking at how good is Isaac Price. We're also, with the panel, going to look at the March fixtures for the Baggies. How many points out of 15 will they pick up and which side deserves to go down? We have got our full panel back with us. Aaron, Leatherland, Dean Walton, Danford and Ben Norton. Thank you for joining us. It's week 30. Talking about West Bromwich Albion. So I am exhausted and I think it deserves a like. So do drop us a like there. Gosh, I feel bad talking about the atmosphere because atmospheres are generally bad around the country. But week in, week out, Aaron, we're seeing Baggies fans saying something's just not right at the Hawthorns this year. Are they right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's a recurring theme. I mean, there's not much that's improved over the course of the season, which is disappointing to say the least. But it would be nice to see a bit of a better atmosphere eventually. But you just can't see it at the moment.
What needs to change in your view? I mean, Dean, come in here as well if you can, because I know away games is where the atmosphere really is at for the Baggies fans, isn't it? What's going wrong in the stadium? Do you need a drum?
There is a drum.
Right.
No, I think what I can say without saying too much, I sat on the Albion Assembly meeting on Thursday night and there's big plans for next season. But I'm a bit embargoed and I can't
Yeah,
say.
of course, yeah.
But there's major plans for next season and it will help the atmosphere, I think.
It's not a light show, is it? I hope.
Definitely not.
But there's acknowledgement there's a problem, Dean. You can say that much, can you?
The main item on the agenda on Thursday night was the atmosphere, or lack of it.
Yeah, Al says embarrassing atmosphere. No one's bothered at all. Shocking atmosphere. And Ace says, and I don't know, Dan, do you agree with this? What the F is all this leaving early peoples I can understand on a Tuesday night, but Saturday afternoon, something you'd see from Stoke fans, not us. Do you get that point of view?
I understand his frustrations, and most people say, "Oh yeah, I'm leaving early to beat all the traffic." But the more people that leave early, the more traffic you're going to sit in. So you might as well just wait until the end. I mean, but to be fair, look when I drive to the games, I park in like the little estate just round the corner from the ground, and I never really have any trouble getting out. So I don't get why people leave early, and it is great when we have like a last minute goal because then you see them all rushing back in. It's quite funny.
Okay. The other issue, Ben, that people brought up was the booing of Swift and Dean Garner when they were brought on. Some fans were saying, "Look, we're not that kind of club. We're not tin pot and do that kind of stuff." Do you sit in your seat and hear that and wonder what's going on yourself, or is it people pay the money? It's their right to boo if they want.
No, I don't think you should ever boo a player who's wearing the West Brom shirt who's a supporter. I think no matter what they've done, I don't think you should be booing. Granted, Swift doesn't maybe put in a great deal of effort, but there's no reason to boo him when he comes on. It's not doing him any good. It's not doing the team any good when they hear it. So I don't understand the booing at all, really. I mean, he came on, did okay, I think, to be honest. Granted, he's not
scored as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's not going to come on and run around like Malumbi does, but I think generally he's not a terrible footballer, and Mowbray's been bigging him up in his interviews. Like I said, booing him is not going to do him any good. If you want to see the best of him, you've got to encourage him, surely.
Yeah. I've got to love Baggies fans for their sense of humour. I think of all the fan bases, they come up with the best things. This was brilliant from Mitchell. I'd have rather have won 1-0. That's just earned him another couple of games. I mean, how harsh can you? I mean, as a brilliant Mitchell as a fan base. Let's focus on the game a little bit then, shall we? Aaron, first of all, 2 good goals, and obviously Oxford fans said you fully deserved it. What did we learn about Mowbray and West Brom, or any particular players from that game?
Well, in particular, Isaac Price. I mean, I think it just shows how good of a bit of a business it was to bring him in. I think we followed him for quite a bit last season. I think now it's paid off that we actually brought him in because you can just see how good of a player he actually is and how better he makes us, which is always a good thing. I think, to be fair, I think all the midfield played very well. I mean, I think they all complement each other in ways where they don't make up for the whole game themselves, which is good to see. Malumbi does the dirty work, the running about. Mowat, is up and down the pitch, but he can play a nice pass, and Price just has the composure. Oh, I couldn't say what to compare it against, but his composure is unreal. It's amazing. I think we've got possibly a top 3 level attack as well, in my opinion. I think Fellows, Johnson, and Armstrong, and Lancashire, DK, Madger. You got all those players to name. It's just unreal. We had 3 strikers on the bench for the first time in about 6 years on Saturday, which is mad to think about because that would have never happened. Albeit one of them was Devante Cole, but a striker's a striker.
Not talking about him this week. Cheers for Aaron. Yeah, Stephen says Isaac Price is a cracking player. When he really settles, he'll be some signing, Dino. I like his all-round play, and what a ball yesterday for Mowat's goal. Best signing we have made in a while, and still very young. Do you agree with that, Dean?
Hopefully he's right, yeah. We haven't seen enough of him yet, really, but yeah, he played very well on Saturday. And he's young. I prefer us to sign players that age, to be honest. You got nothing to lose, have you? If they come off, fantastic. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. Prefer to sign players like that than old sort of journeymen has-beens. So, yeah, looks good.
Okay. Johnson, 50 games up as well, Dan. It reached a landmark for you. We getting to see the best of him now?
Yeah, definitely. He's finally started, to find his feet again. I think he just needs a few more goals this season. He got 2, 3 so far? But yeah, he's known for cutting inside. That's his trademark and having a shot. But I think teams have clocked onto that now really early. And yeah, to be fair, he's been quite a decent servant for us so far. So yeah, long may it continue.
Okay. Last week, Ben, we were talking about people not being convinced by Mowbray. Do you think he's won a few people around with that performance, or were Oxford that bad?
No, I think it was a bit better. We spoke in the past about struggling to break down defences, and Oxford were quite compact, and I think we did create a bit more than what we have done. Like I said, the midfield 3 were much better. Mowat was playing a bit further forward and getting in the box a bit more, which definitely helped. Scoring the early goal, I thought would sort of open the game up a bit more, but Oxford still sort of sat in and sort of were happy to hang down for a 1-0. But like I said, we created a lot more than we have done, which is encouraging. And I think a lot of that has come from the midfield 3 that we spoke about. In terms of Price, he reminds me a little bit of Kaka. And I'm not saying he's that level, but it's sort of, his build and the way he plays, he's got that sort of style to him. I'm not saying he's going to be anywhere near as good as him, but just his frame and the way he plays and the way he moves with the ball, he reminds me a little bit like him.
Great vision as well.
I know your sense of humour was good, but let's come on. Let's take them in.
We'll see. 10 years time, we'll see.
Right. Second game of the season, Leeds came to Hawthorns, Aaron, and you did a number on him. It was a very, very dull game. I remember watching it. But this time you're off to Elland Road. How'd you go about getting anything from this game?
Well, that's a tough question, really. Leeds seem to be the best team in the league at the moment on form anyway, but they're a very hard team to go and play against, especially at Elland Road. They make it a fortress with the fans. They're all behind the team for the majority of the game, especially when they're doing well. It's a hard place to go. I think we've got to sort of stick to our own game plan. I don't think we've got to worry about so much what they're doing, but if we can frustrate the fans and sort of get them to turn on the home team, then I think the game, hopefully, fingers crossed, will pave in our way, because I think that's the only way we're actually going to get anything from the game. I can't see us playing Leeds off the park, if I'm honest. I think Leeds plays some nice football, and they've got goals all over the pitch, which is obviously a very good aspect for them to have. I can't say we don't have that as well, but to an extent where Leeds is a top 2 in the league, it shows how much quality they have in their side, which I think probably would prove pivotal if we can't get into the fans' heads and sort of make Leeds make the choices all the time.
Again, following that, Dean, was when you went to Pompey away and you just did attack. Do you think that's one of the best tactics to take to Elland Road, is just go at them, or would you want to see as an away fan just to be a little bit more conservative, especially for maybe the first 60 minutes?
I'd like us to attack them, to be honest. As Aaron said, let them worry about us. You know, our best feature of the team is our attack. We got two speedy wingers. We can take teams apart. And we did on Saturday. It should have been 4 or 5 on Saturday. Oxford weren't very good, to be honest. So I'd like to really go at Leeds. And they say if we could get an early goal, you know, get the crowd silenced, and you never know. Probably won't happen, but...
While we're here, then let's have a look at how the rest of the month plays out for the Baggies, because you're back up in the playoffs spots for now, Dan. Let's get your predictions on what's going to happen for the rest of the month, though. Leeds, as we've already said, next, and then home game against QPR, home game against Hull, with away trips to Burnley and Norwich. This is a potentially tricky month for Baggies. How many out of 15 do you reckon you're going to grab here?
Oh, Christ. To be fair, there is some really tough games there, especially with Leeds and Burnley. QPR, I can see them being a bit of a banana skin, to be honest. With the form they're hitting at the minute. It was rock bottom when we first played them. And then, yeah, I think that one's going to be a tricky one. Norwich, I think that's a bit hit or miss. Sunderland, again, could cause us many problems. I think the only probably guaranteed win there is probably Hull.
That's it, 1-0 Hull.
Yeah.
Well, they're quite good away from home. They can't win at home. Ben, any advance on just beating Hull?
I think what'll be interesting is this will be like we'll be playing teams that are more likely to attack us rather than teams that are sit back. The games Mowbray's had have been against teams where I've been sitting in a bit, and I can't imagine Leeds sitting in. Burnley won't sit in. Norwich at home, they won't sit in. So we'll have like a bit more spacing behind, hopefully, and we can sort of use our threatening wingers to get forward a bit more, and hopefully we'll see some positive results from that. I mean, if you go to Leeds and win on Saturday, that's a real statement, and that can really sort of upturn the form that we're in and really get us moving. But those next 3 away games are really tough. If you can get sort of 4 points from them, I suppose you take it, and then win those home games. That's kind of what we've got to aim for, I think.
Yeah. Aaron, our Bristol City fans were saying there's no point finishing 6th because you're automatically going to guaranteed to draw, obviously, Burnley or Sheffield United in the semi-final. So actually, the game here is to finish 5th and play Sunderland because you pretty much have a better chance of going through. Do you think that's? I mean, it won't come into Mowbray's planning at all. But would you agree with that? That actually 6 probably means you get the toughest draw.
Well, I mean, not really. I think we finished 5th last year and played Southampton, which, in my opinion, well, obviously we're the team that went up and we finished 4th. Like, so, you know, it's not always the case that the team who finished 3rd is the 3rd best team, and to say as such. But you know, if you finish 6th, I think the team who finished 3rd, especially in this league calendar the season this year, they're going to be very disappointed. I think possibly disjointed as well. I mean, out of the 3 that are up there. Well, even the 4, to be fair, if we say anything, you know, Leeds, Sheffield United, Burnley, Sunderland, the one who finishes 3rd might be the one that is the most, you know, that it might break down the most because they'll be so close, but then they'll think, oh, it's all going to pot sort of thing, which could be a good thing for anyone who finishes in that 6th place where they can take advantage of, you know, maybe just making the playoffs and using the momentum they would have got to finally, you know, put a show on against for the fans, you know, home and away. But it'd be good for someone who finishes lower down the table to go away to, you know, a Burnley, for example, and just put 4 past them, you know, shake it up a little bit. You know, you don't want to see the best teams always go. Sometimes you want to see a wild card in there, which, you know, someone like us hopefully would be that wild card. But, you know, I don't think we'll finish 6th. I personally think we'll finish 5th. I think out of all the teams that are in that little pocket of, you know, space, I think we are possibly the best team out of the lot, in my opinion.
Okay, we shall see. Obviously, keep watching and do drop us a subscribe so we can get notifications on, and we'll review all the 12 games still to come. Finally, as a bit of fun this week, we are finishing off with looking at the relegation battle and asking you as a fan base, which other fan bases would you be glad to see the back of? We reckon there's 9 teams that potentially could still drop. So it's not who you think might go down, Dino. It's which away trip do I not fancy doing next year? What would you say?
so easy for me. I can't stand Stoke. Can't stand the away game. Can't stand the fans. Just got nothing going for them at all. So there's some good away games there, Portsmouth and Plymouth and that, but Stoke, nah.
Okay. I thought you might say that, Dan.
Definitely, I'll have to go with Dean on this one. Stoke. I can't stand Delilah. If that comes on in the pub, I have to walk out.
Ben.
I'd have probably said Stoke as well, but just to be different, I'll say Luton because I think they'll still have parachute payments next season, so they might be a bit stronger next season, a bit more of a threat to us. But Stoke, I'd say, in terms of the teams that I dislike the most, Stoke are definitely in there. Just horrible place to go when you go away there. You know, you get spat on and all sorts when you're in the away end. It's not a nice place to go, and for some reason they've created a rivalry with us that, you know. But yeah, we'll go with Stoke as well then.
Well, I don't think Port Vale are going to get anywhere near them.
That's why.
Aaron.
Yeah, full house. It's definitely Stoke. There's no question about it. They're just a horrible, horrible team.
I could have saved myself 5 minutes. I've just gone Stoke. Right. Thank you very much. Let us know in the comments if there's any others that you would instantly relegate. And of course, we'll be back in